Sue Moroney.
Thank you, Mr Chair, and I rise to take a call on Part 4 of the Health and Safety Reform Bill. And I do hope that we're going to be able to have some comprehensive debate on this part of the bill, because it is the part of the bill that, because of decisions made in earlier parts, that 25% of our workforce will be reliant on this part of the bill, because they won't have access when they request a health and safety rep who could actually be taking preventative actions in their workplace. They are the workplaces that have fewer than 20 employees. They are the workplaces that are deemed to be low risk, which we've discovered are places like dairy farms and beef farms, and people blowing up buildings and demolishing them. These are apparently the sorts of workplaces that are now going to have to be reliant on Part 4 of the bill, because it is the part that actually outlines what the prosecutions are, what the offences are. And this is now the domain in Part 4 of labour inspectors. That's effectively what Part 4 talks about. This is all the things that labour inspectors can do. We've gone past the parts of the bill that are more preventative, I would say, actually more proactive ways of managing health and safety, where health and safety reps could actually make a difference in their workplace. So I really want to, I want to focus on the Part 4, Clause 123, which is the power to issue improvement notices. And I guess I want to extrapolate this out to include the prohibition notices and the non-disturbance notices that labour inspectors can also issue. And I want to ask the question of the Minister in terms of particularly the issue to the power to issue improvement notices, noting that this is a power that only labour inspectors would have, how that would differ from the power that health and safety reps, we've given health and safety reps under Part 3 to issue provisional improvement notices, and what the difference would be between those two things. And I guess I'll have a go at explaining what my version is, and if I'm wrong, then the Minister appreciate it if he could rise to his feet and correct me. Because my understanding is that now under Clause 92 in Part 3, which we've already passed, that health and safety representatives, elected health and safety representatives, if they've been trained, can issue provisional improvement notices. And those provisional improvement notices can require, if the act has been contravened by the PCBU, or as some people would refer to call them, the BOSS, then the provisional, the trained health and safety rep can issue a provisional improvement notice and require the PCBU to remedy whatever part of the act it is that they're contravening. They can issue one of these provisional improvement notices to prevent a likely contravention from taking place, and they can issue a provisional improvement notice to remedy the things or activities that would be causing the contravention. Now, the reason why I raise this is because that surely is going to be a better thing to happen on these workplaces, a preventative measure to happen, than Part 4, Clause 123, where things have got so bad that they've come to the attention of the Department of Labour. And I really want to...
Order. I know the member is attempting to tie this to Part 4, but extensive discussions about why Part 3 methods are better than Part 4, and relitigating decisions that have already been taken in Part 3 are out of order when under discussion for Part 4. Sue Moroney.
Thank you for your guidance, Mr Chair. I'm of course talking about the power under Clause 123 in Part 4 of labour inspectors to issue improvement notices, because my question is really this. I'm going to cut to the chase here. Who's going to actually alert the labour inspector? Who is going to alert the labour inspector? These, I don't know, I think we have about 50 of them throughout the country, Minister, something like that?
They're called health and safety inspectors.
Health and safety inspectors?
And there's about 350 of them.
There's about 350 of them? How are they going to be on all of these dairy farms, all of these beef farms, All of these places where health and safety representatives don't exist because they're not allowed to exist, even if the workers ask for them, how are the health and safety inspectors employed by the government going to learn of the things that are going wrong in order to get to them in time and prevent them, Mr Chair?
Damien O'Connor.
Thank you, Mr